How do you create a more inviting nursery? Welcome to Fresh Fridays. I'm Pastor Tony, and today we'll be looking at a fresh idea that you can use in your kids' ministry. It's Sunday morning, and we love seeing those cute babies come to church. That is until pastor's preaching and that baby starts crying right in the middle of his message. Pretty soon you're having a meeting after service with some elders or pastoral staff, and they're wondering, what do we got to do to get those babies into your nursery? And you're like, I'm trying, but it's just not working. Well, let me give you a couple fresh tips today, ideas that can help you as you create a friendly environment for the families in your church, specifically in your nursery. The first thing I want to challenge you to do is look at your nursery again for the first time. Well, what does that mean? Walk into your nursery as if it was the first time you'd ever been there. What do you notice? The first thing is, do you have signage that even says where the nursery's at? It amazes me how often churches neglect to even put up a simple sign. So once people find your nursery, what do they see? Is it a closet somewhere? Is it cluttered? You know, most of the nurseries that I've seen, it's amazing how many things are cluttered, boxed up, toys everywhere. When somebody looks in the room, it looks more like a storage area than a nursery. Look in your nursery for the first time again. What about that first wall that they see? Is it decorated? Is it attractive? Is it something that when they look in your nursery, they go, wow, this is a great place for my kids? When they look around the room, do they see toys that can engage their kids? Do they see an environment that's healthy for their kids? Or do they just see stuff everywhere? Okay, make sure the room that you have is inviting to that parent, who in turn makes it inviting for the child. The second thing I would encourage you with is don't just greet the baby. So often when a baby's brought in the nursery, the person at the counter is so happy and so excited to see the baby. But what about that mom? What about that dad? Are you taking a second to engage the family? Make sure you take a second to comment to the mother or father. Talk to them. Have a conversation. Then feel free to engage and take that baby and bring him into your nursery area. But make sure that family knows that the whole family is welcome. You got to remember, you're asking that parent to trust you with that infant. Especially if it's their first child, they want to make sure they're putting that child into safe hands. Well, the environment that you create in that room invites that family in, makes the family realize this is a nursery that I want to put my kids into. So I want to remind you once again, check out your nursery again for the first time, and then make sure you're greeting the entire family, not just the baby. Hey, this is Pastor Tony reminding you to keep your kids' ministry fresh.